Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Of course, it's your girl Lizzah Hazzil, the queen of online business. And just in case you are new on this channel, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and comment down below. Let's have a conversation. So guys, upon today's video, I want to talk about my experience in university, my first day in class, my first day in school as a student, not on the admission day, but the first day in class, the first day to attend the lectures, the first day to sit down in class with my fellow students. So stay tuned. Meanwhile, let's get into the video. So I had lessons. I had lessons from I had lessons from 7 to 4. 7 to 4 non-stop. Do you understand? 7 to 4 non-stop. I mean 7 to like not one lesson from 7 to 4. Lessons from 7 to 10, then from 10 7 to 8, from 10 to I think 1, then from 1 to 4. Yes, I had 3 lessons but from 7 to 4. So I set an alarm, of course, because I'm not used to waking up very early, not even 7, not even 8. I used to wake up at 9. So today I'm supposed to be in class by 7, meaning I'm supposed to be prepared before 7. So I set an alarm to wake up at 4 so that by 4 to 5 I do my online business, and then from 5 to 6 I take a shower, take breakfast, what. Then from 6 to 7 I start my journey to school, then in class. So guys, the alarm rang. The alarm rang at 4, and then I was like, okay, I am not doing this online business stuff this time. I want to sleep a bit, sleep a little bit. I wanted to sleep 30 minutes. So I switched off this alarm and told myself I will wake up after 30 minutes. Guess what, guys? I wake up at exactly 5:30. 5:30. I wake up at 5:30. I remember my plan was to do online business from 4 to 5. Then from 5 to 6, I take a shower and take breakfast. But then I wake up at 5:30. Instead of taking a shower, guys, I was confused. I started telling myself the program was off my head. So I went online for the rest 30 minutes. I woke up at 5:30 and then decided to go online for 30 minutes, not knowing that that time I was supposed to be taking a shower and taking breakfast. So at 5:59 is when I realized, oh my god, it's 6, it's when I'm supposed to be starting my journey to school, but then I have not taken breakfast, I have not showered. You know, guys, what I did? I just took a shower and drank, I think, 2 sips of tea, and then then ran. Oh my god, I ran. I didn't run, I walked from, it wasn't a long distance to the stage, and then I boarded a bus. Was it a bus? Yes, it was a bus. I boarded a bus to school. I paid, but it pained me. Yes, I paid and it pained me because it was my fault. So, yes, I boarded a bus to school. I paid. I arrived to school. And then, guys, one thing, I was never oriented in the school. I was admitted late, so I was never oriented. So, I don't know the room that I'm supposed to be going in class to. I arrived at the school gate at exactly 7. So, I told myself, okay, if I arrive in class at 7:10, that's not too late. So, I went. I started looking for the room. Lucky enough, there is this guy who had told me I had asked the room for the room which the lecture was supposed to take place, and I was told to follow some rules. So lucky enough, that was the room I used to defer. That was the room I used when I went to defer. So I went and I found students seated. A few students, not even half of the class, they were seated. And I just sat next to a guy and asked, "Excuse me, which class is this?" Then he told me applied communications. I was like, "Oh my God, thank you, Lord, thank you, Lord," because we had a common unit, the communication students and the applied communication students and the journalism students had a common unit that day. So I get into class. The only students I knew, let's say 20% of applied communication students, but I didn't know any of the journalism students, not even the class rep, nobody. I knew the class rep for applied communications. I knew some of the students for applied communication, but I didn't know any of the journalism students. So, but since we had a common unit, I told myself I will know them because we were supposed to sit in that room for from 7 to I think 10. Then from 10 to 1, from 10 to 1 or from 10 to 12, we were supposed to remain, we journalism students were supposed to remain in the room, but the applied communication students were supposed to go to another room, or I don't know to where. So I told myself that moment we shall remain in that room alone is when I will know my class rep, is when I will know my fellow students. But guess what, guys? We stayed in that room. We, the journalism students plus the applied communication students, stayed in that room from 7 to I think 8. No lecturer, no anyone coming to inform us whether the class will be on or off. No one. So I think my plans again bounced because the class bounced. So my plans bounced because everyone was getting out of the class and we couldn't stop everyone asking them which course are you taking, which course are you taking, which course are you taking. It will appear awkward. So I just let it go. I went with one of the girls, one of the applied communication girls in one of their hostels where she was staying, and stayed there for the rest of the period. At some period, we used some of the remaining period for my orientation. She took me to the around the school. Yes, she took me around the school. So after that, we had another lesson starting from 1. Remember that lesson from 7 to I think 12, from 7 to 1 exactly, was the same lecturer. So since she didn't come from 7 to 8, the time we waited for that 1 hour, we never went in the we never did what? No, oh yeah, we never. From 7 to 10, we didn't attend the class. Now, from 10, we told ourselves, let's go at maybe she might come for this second lesson. Guess what, guys? She came was it 1 hour? Because the class was from 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1. 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1. 11 to 12, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1. This is how I count time. There were 3 hours. Yes, it was a 3-hour lecture. So she came, I think, 2 hours. Was it 2 hours or 1.5 hours? Well, it was 1.5 hours remaining for the lecture to end. So she came at that time. She only lectured us for I think 45 minutes and then she went. So the rest of the minutes, because I didn't have a book, I think I'm weird. I didn't have a book. I didn't have a pen. The only thing I had was my purse. Inside the purse was my body splash, my lip balm, my Vaseline, my handkerchief, my tissue, and my phone. Those are the things I carried in class. Yes, so I went. The remaining minutes she left. I went in this girl's room again and went to charge my phone because I was using the phone to take the notes since I had no book and no pen and nothing to write, no writing materials, no stationery. Yes. So I went in her room for the rest time and told myself I'll sleep for a moment, and then since this lecturer has come to class late, I assumed the next lecturer will come to class late, so I extended my sleeping time. I slept from I think 1, was it 12 something, was it 12 or 1 something, to what time, to I think 1:30 is when I said let me go to class and check whether the lecture is on or off. And guess what, guys? To my astonishment, I went and met her continuing with the lesson. But lucky enough, I collided with some students who are confused just like me. They went in a class not supposed to be the lesson. They were confused. So she did notice I came in because this was standing and moving out, and I entered and sat. So she never realized I entered because she was very harsh. She didn't want anyone to come to class late. She was she didn't want anyone to touch their phones, guys. And I was using my phone to take the notes, so I had to hide behind some students so that I could take the notes, because I'm not a fan of taking notes from other students' book, because I know I'm perfect at taking my own notes, and I understand my own notes better than anyone else. So that was the lesson, and she took, I think, 1 hour, 2 hours. The lesson was supposed to be 3 hours, but she took 2 hours. So from 3 to 4 I was free, and I went into this guy's room. I didn't know actually in university the girls are allowed to just enter or into boys' room, and the boys are supposed to enter into girls' room freely. So I had this friend of mine from primary school. I think that is the story for another day. I had this friend from primary school who was studying there now. He is a second student, and since I deferred, I am a first year student. He is a second year student, so I went in the room and spent time with him. We just talk about high school memories and something stuff like that. So guys, thank you very much for watching this video till the end. Guys, thank you very much for watching this video till the end. And if you are a returning subscriber, I forgot to tell you guys, thank you very much for returning. Thank you very much for clicking this video, guys. For the new subscribers, thank you very much for clicking onto this video. And if you have not subscribed, please make sure that you subscribe. Like this video, comment down below. Let's have a conversation, guys. Let's meet in the next video. Bye. Oh, which video do you want me to upload next? Comment down below. Goodbye. Nice time. Nawapenda sana sana sana. Bye. Thank you.